So to start off Batman month, we're going to compare all the Jokers here on Cult vs. Current. Hi everybody and welcome to Cult vs. Current, where we compare something old to something new. I am Johann and this is my co-host Ed.
Hey guys!
So we are starting off Batman month, mainly because it is Tim Burton's Batman 30th anniversary.
Yeah, and in March, Batman himself, in terms of the comic, turned 80.
Wow, he's old.
Yeah.
So we thought...
1939.
1939. That is insane. And how it's still predominantly key into pop culture today is astounding. But another part of his psyche is the Joker. There's been so many of them as of late.
Yeah.
But as we know, very recently, there's a new Joker movie coming out soon. So we thought, let's compare all the Jokers, starting off with the new trailer and then looking at my personal favourite, Jack Nicholson's. And then we'll go from there. So, let's roll it, shall we?
Arthur, does it help to have someone to talk to?
Oh. It's weird. You have him already. You can feel there's already going to be a bit off. I really like that.
To smile and put on a happy face. She told me I had a purpose.
Oh.
To bring laughter and joy to the world.
Nope, that's not how the world works. Ah! It's quite brutal, isn't it?
Felt that.
Yeah.
Look how bony he is.
Yeah, do you remember like how it was like Christian Bale in The Machinist, kind of skinny? That's what I'm getting from this.
Even though it's breaking, when there are
It's interesting because it's almost like quite progressive in some of the things they're mentioning here, which I like. He's getting the laugh sorted.
It's looking at Alice Cooper as it goes more as it goes on.
It's getting more Cooperish. It's getting more. It's getting really nasty. Ooh. This movie's going to look so pretty. It's looking so pretty already.
What kind of coward would do something that cold-blooded? Someone who hides behind a mask.
Ooh. Oh. No, that was really uncomfortable.
My life was a tragedy.
He's like dancing in his white pants.
Yeah. Hello, Robert De Niro.
But now I realize
Oof.
it's a comedy.
Nice.
you just
Oh.
Why don't we hear this from Grissom?
yeah. And what's with that stupid grin?
That's been good to me.
He's so happy. He's so happy.
He looks more creepy like that.
He
with
does.
the flesh makeup on.
No.
I love that in this version, basically, the makeup is fake. And he's
Nobody
this
wants
weird
war.
white albino creep.
We
I
can't
love
do
that.
business, why? We'll just shake hands. That'll be
Yes.
it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks so suspicious. I love it.
Oh, I got a live one here.
Yes!
He's like glowing from the inside out.
I love it. Tonight. Yes.
His thugs come in.
Yes. Now, Yeah, that's how you take over a boardroom.
Antoine got a little hot under the collar.
Love it.
You're crazy.
Did you ever heard of the healing power?
Yes! I love it.
Knock it out!
Yeah, he wipes off the flesh-coloured makeup, doesn't he?
I love
To
that.
reveal the tattooed white underneath. It must be like I don't know whether he's just turned white, hasn't he?
Yeah, basically because of the chemical bath.
Yeah.
That is, he's got lost pigment in his skin. So, Sidney's always a joker anyway. Yes, he is the number one guy.
Follow that reporter Knox. Take your camera. See what he knows.
It's got his bit as well.
Batman. And Bob.
It's so good.
Remember?
Yes!
He doesn't finish the sentence, which is great. And then he leaves it.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
There must be some ad-libs.
There must have been. I think Tim Burton must have left him just go, you know what? Be a bit quirky here.
Your pals, they're not bad people. Maybe we, ought to give them a couple of days to think it over. No?
Oh, so good.
Grease them now. Okay.
You can see he's having so much fun with this.
I'm glad you did.
Let's just had a field day here. Oh man, toasty.
I'm glad you did.
Amazing.
That's brilliant.
Next part.
I love purple.
Excuse me. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Yes! I love that quote.
At that point, he's so Michael Keaton, isn't he? Like, rather than being Batman, he just, when he says that line.
Yeah. Right, so we have compared everything. We've looked at the trailer for the new Joker movie. We've looked at some classic clips. So, what do we think? First of all, let's look at the trailer. What do you think of this movie coming out?
Well, it reminded me a bit of The Killing Joke because of the similar origins, the origin story. I think they take a lot in the movie from The Killing Joke.
Yeah.
In terms of like him being a failed comedian, and he all goes a bit, it's basically like he's a product of his environment. Then it reminded me a bit of like, Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Yes.
Where
the
the
backstory
monster
there.
is created by his environment.
Yes.
So I think it's kind of like that. I mean, personally, I'm a bit skeptical about it because I prefer Joker when he's very mysterious.
Of course.
You don't know where he came from.
But and this is what's interesting is that the backstory of the Joker has been retold various times in the comics, but it's never accurate.
No.
So I actually would like to think that maybe this is not even an accurate retelling. Do you know how you have this sort of narrative that it's by the the untrustworthy narrator?
Yeah.
Maybe it's something like that. Maybe it's not all going to be accurate, and that will leave still some mystery because there might be gaps in the story or things that don't logically make sense.
Yeah.
I think this, by looking at the performance though, Joaquin is going to be amazing at this. I think he's
Joaquin.
Well, Joaquin Phoenix I think actually is sort of an admired, like a good choice. I think.
Yeah. I was quite surprised when I heard that he was cast for it.
Yeah.
But when you see him in the trailer, you can see why he was. It's like it's surprising, but he looks like he's going to do a good job.
I think so.
And I think he nails like the laugh and the grin, like the key things you got to get right.
Yeah. And the thing as well is, like, you can see throughout the trailer how he's evolving. The laughter's getting a bit more manic. The smile is getting bigger. I love this bit where he's in the mirror. He's horsing the... that is terrifying and really uncomfortable. Ow. like he's really forcing himself, and I love that about it.
So do you think it's similar in a way to, you know, what they did with that Heath Ledger's Joker, which I love as well?
Yes.
Where it's kind of like he gives you bits of an origin, but you can't work out the pieces. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, isn't it?
Yeah, it's up to you to figure out what you think it is. I think so, because, you know, he obviously says, like, do you know how I got these scars? You know, he says 3 different stories in the entirety of the movie.
Yeah.
And you can think of, oh, there's something here, and there's something there, and it's definitely something here, but they don't. It's not a clean-cut, obvious choice.
Yeah.
I mean, Heath Ledger's Joker is still astounding, but it's for a different landscape. This was for the Christian Bale Batmans, and that's a completely different kettle of fish.
Yeah, but there are similar. I mean, I really like. We'll go on to talking about Jack Nicholson's Joker in a minute, but there's similarities between Heath Ledger's and Jack Nicholson's, because like. I love like the magic trick. You know, I can make this pencil disappear. That's
Boom!
Very similar to the scene with the shocking thing.
With the hand buzzer. Yeah. Which is personally my favourite scene ever. One of my favourite scenes ever. Is because you're first introduced to him, you know, just with the weird sort of, you know, the makeup skin.
Which I think is scarier.
Yes, because that smile, you can see how unnatural that smile is by that point when done with natural skin. When it's white and it's painted with the lips and all, it seems like it fits.
Yeah.
But then obviously it doesn't when you realise you put the skin on. And then he does the buzzer and starts dancing.
Well, one of the mob bosses goes like, and what's with that stupid grin?
Yes! So good. I'm personally, when it comes to all the Jokers, I know everyone says like you got Heath Ledger's, you also got Mark Hamill, which we have to talk about.
Mark Hamill is a fan favourite.
Surprise! You fell for the old sick Joker gag, Batman.
Yes.
And he is really good. He gets the voice, the laugh, and it's perfect. But the only trouble is, for me, is you've not seen him do it physically.
Yeah.
So it's just a voice. So yeah, it's great, but it's just a pairing for an animation rather than like we're really talking about here. We're talking about people who have physically embodied the Joker more.
Yeah, I would say that if you were going to get the personality and the energy of the Joker, Mark Hamill does it spot on.
Yeah.
But you have to also partly thank the animators for giving the Joker that personality.
Yeah.
Whether it's one from the animated series or from The Killing Joke or even from the video games, as you've seen, like as he appears in the Arkham series.
Yeah, does.
You know. It shows that he's a personal favourite because he has the right personality and the right voice, but it's not physical embodiment. The Jack Nicholson, however, to me, is the most perfect initiation of the body language and the quirkiness and also the sinister, weird, slightly manic side.
Yeah, and I think Tim Burton definitely gave him a lot of freedom to ad-lib and add bits, because there's a scene. We didn't react to it, but there's a scene where it's just like the camera's just left rolling.
Yes.
And he kind of goes like, he looks at the camera and he kind of makes some silly faces and he just kind of goes like, ooh.
Wait till they get a load of me.
That probably definitely wasn't in the script.
Yeah, but Jack Nicholson, you can see he's having a whale of a time and enjoying himself and having this sort of enjoying the split personality situation because it's more like that when he's serious, when Joker is serious in the 30s, in the 1989 Batman, it is very terrifying. Like he's intimidating, but he's also a laugh. Like, you know, like one of my favourite bits is when he's trying to shoot down the Batwing. He pulls out the massive gun.
Long pistol.
Yeah, and you can say, like, oh, it's a joke, but obviously the whole point is, like, everything ends with a punchline, and the punchline is always death. That's the point of the Joker in that case. I love it. There have also been other iterations of the Joker, which we may or may not have mentioned. Like, obviously we have to mention to some point some of the iterations that were done for the Adam West Batman.
Oh, how delicious!
Oh yeah, I mean the 60s Joker was good for the time.
Yeah.
He's got a great laugh.
Yes.
And he's like over the top, and obviously they didn't have to show any of the really evil side of Joker because it was a very friendly kind of family-friendly show, wasn't it?
And I think that's what.
Yeah.
That's why it loses its teeth. It needs a little bit of nasty, it needs a little bit of evil, a little bit of bad. But imagine that guy suddenly saying, "I'm just going to shoot you in the face," and just does that. That's more nasty, which it's failing in this case. They're all more wacky schemes, which you'll notice from the other Batman movies as you go. Then we've got Jared Leto's Joker, which is probably everyone's least favorite.
Yeah, the thing is, the problem with that Joker is it's not the visual aesthetic. I thought was very clever and interesting. That he's like a gangster because he's a gangster, and it's a different kind of gangster. This is more like a street gangster.
He's basically now definitely a street gang leader.
Yeah,
but his personality just didn't match at all, and it's weird. I think the whole DC universe thing, I think is now officially scrapped because you can tell from the new Joker trailer that they're scrapping continuity, and good, because I feel like this was a huge misstep. And I think also you've heard backstories how Jared Leto was trying to do the method acting situation, and I think that kind of loses the spark of it, because I think he was just now being creepy for the sake of being creepy, not to be funny.
And the trouble is with his performance is he's trying desperately to make it unique. That because the thing is the character's been done so many different ways, in similar ways. He wanted to do it in his own way, but the trouble is you have to do it in some of the ways that's already been established to be Joker.
You have to.
Because for example, the laugh. Jared Leto's Joker's laugh, he kind of goes like ha 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 ha. It's kind of like a weird thing like that. It's like Eddie Murphy or something.
It sounds off. It's like what was it? Jimmy Carr. You know when Jimmy Carr laughs?
It's like that.
It sounds so inauthentic.
Yeah.
And I think also the problem with that Joker is because Jared Leto is paired with Harley Quinn for the first time, and Harley Quinn is such a bubble, such a wonderful character, even in the movie version. She's great in it. Then you compare that with him, and you think you're very flat in comparison. You're being outshadowed by your sidekick, as it were, in this case.
Yeah, and it's such a shame because Jared Leto is a tremendous actor.
Yeah, great.
He's really good, and pretty much everything else I've seen him in, he's been great. And I think it's just because he maybe was overshadowed by some of the previous performances, and he was trying desperately to do his own thing, and it just backfired a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it will be to do with the direction as well. It's not just all his fault, but it didn't quite hit it for me.
Yeah.
Visually though, he looked great.
I think he looked cool. Although I do admit, like some of the tattoos are were a little bit on the nose.
It's a little bit like Eminem dressed as a Joker.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, but that could have been cool. But we'll see. So let's sort of wrap it up with two questions. Number one, how do you think the movie's going to be in terms of how do you think Joaquin Phoenix's performance is going to be? It's going to be a memorable performance.
I've still got reservations. I don't know whether I'm going to like it at the moment. I can't be too positive about it because that's just my gut feeling. I think it might be a little bit disappointing, but I'm hoping it'll surprise me.
I hope so, and I hope it has that link because, like I said, I think this one's being produced by Martin Scorsese, I think, which is interesting. And it does remind me, looking at the trailer again, it reminds me a little bit of King of Comedy.
Oh, and then Robert De Niro's in it. Yeah, because he plays a similar character, doesn't he? He wants to be a comedian.
He wants to be a comedian, but fails miserably, so he kidnaps a TV host so he can be on the show.
And that is a very, very good, dark comedy film.
And I'm hoping it's around that kind of vibe.
Yeah, I mean, if it's got a similar tone to that, I should love it because I love that movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
That's another underrated classic. Okay, and then to wrap up the last bit, favourite Joker and why?
I think I might have to say Jack Nicholson.
Yeah,
I know
Jack Nicholson.
I know everyone on the internet will say, "Oh fucking hell, it's Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill's the best Joker."
Or it's Heath Ledger. What's happened?
But it's only because when I'm talking about the Joker, like we discussed earlier, physical embodiment, as well as the voice and the laugh, is that you have to have the whole thing. I mean, I'd like to see like Mark Hamill physically actually play the Joker.
That'll be interesting
as well. I don't know why that's never happened, even in the short film or something. But
I don't know. Could have been something.
That could be that. I mean, that could be the best Joker for me. That like him actually playing him. Physically.
Let's have that out there.
But because that doesn't exist, because that doesn't exist right now, I'm saying Jack Nicholson.
And I'm saying Jack Nicholson as well.
Yeah.
And it's because as well, everyone's gonna say, why you not pick Heath Ledger? He's amazing. Heath Ledger is great and it's awesome, but for me, it's missing that little extra sense of manicness.
Yeah.
It's bizarre because he's always talking about I'm the purveyor of chaos, right?
Yeah.
But everything in those movies, especially with him in particular, seems very calculated. And for me, that's not what the Joker's entirely about.
No,
he's about being quirky and a bit off the wall.
The way I saw, I mean, it works perfectly for that film.
Yeah.
It's just got Christian Bale. It's just got like
Christopher Nolan
written all over it, and it's his Joker.
Yes.
I do love what Heath Ledger did, but like you say, it's the way I see the Joker in that movie is how scary his intelligence is.
Yes.
And it's not about. That's not what Joker's about. Surely
No.
he's the smart guy, but he's not meant to be smarter than Batman, is he?
No, he's supposed to be so unpredictable that Batman can't be one step ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jack Nicholson's to me feels like that. Like, for example, like all the little jokes he'll randomly do, like you won't hit a guy with glasses, or randomly just I'm just gonna take over a museum because I can, or here's a joke, I've just killed a man. You know why? Because I can.
Yeah.
And you can see not only that, he's also pulling loads of one-liners, loads of quirkiness, loads of funny little moments, and it's funny and terrifying.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger's just scary.
And he's just so smart. He's just really intelligent. He's planned everything out, and it works perfectly for him. And it's very calculated.
Yeah.
And that's great, and it works that film, and it's scary, but it doesn't feel too much like Joker should be.
And that's why I think Jack Nicholson is the best Joker. There, come at me, bruh. I'm not going to say anything else. It's official. Right. So, like we mentioned, it's Batman month.
Yeah.
Right. So, what we're going to do for the rest of the show? So, let's start off with Enigmatic Play. What we're going to be playing then for Batman month?
Well, I just thought we'll play my favourite Batman game, Arkham Asylum, the first one. I love that. I mean, I know a lot of people love like Arkham City and Arkham Knight, like the bigger, more like larger scale ones. But I think the Arkham games worked when it was better contained into like one area, so it's not too big. Because you get a bit lost in sandbox type games.
Yeah, I mean Arkham City was interesting because
Yeah.
it still was enclosed, but it still had too much movement. But I think it's really, really good. Arkham Asylum, you're going room by room, you're finding the new bad guy, you know, every time round, and then reaching to the end. It's pretty much one of the best Batman interpretations as well, because it combines the love for the animated series with this new grittier sort of look, which I like.
Yeah, no, that I definitely wanted to get that one done.
Excellent. And then for trash tapes, what better way to do Batman than to do Batman and Robin?
Yes.
Yeah, the infamously bad Batman movie. But this time around, we're going to have a guest.
Yeah.
We're going to have a guest. We're going to have Sophie Black on the show, which is good. She directed a fan movie for Poison Ivy.
Yeah.
And Poison Ivy's in this movie. So why not have her on to poke fun of it and to literally just mention it's the worst.
Definitely. Looking forward to that.
Indeed. So yeah, keep an eye on all that. Just remember then, if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button to see more videos. Hit the bell notification if you want to get notified when our next videos are up, and also to put the thumbs up if you like it. So yeah, until next time, see you guys around on Cult vs. Current.
See you guys.